was going to do this with me standing in front of it, but oh, it's so bright. This is my messy ass garage, and I'm going to try and turn it into a kitchen. Yay! All right, let me give you guys the full tour here because I want to talk a little bit about what I'm going to be trying to do in here. This place is a mess. As you can see, there's just junk all over the place. And that's because we don't use this garage for cars. It's just a single wide garage, so it's kind of tiny. We use it for just hanging out and having fun. But my goal in the next couple of days is to turn this into a kitchen space so that I can start doing more videos out here. And I'll tell you why in a minute. I want to give you a little bit of a tour, though, of our garage and what's going on in here before I explain why I'm bothering to do this today, why I'm bothering to turn this into a kitchen. This is an old cinder block building. Our house was built in like the 20s, so it's just all cinder block walls. It does have pretty high ceilings, which is cool. Yeah, a roof, but the roof is absolutely not insulated, so it gets really, really warm in here. There's some things out here already that kind of make this space perfect to become a kitchen. So first of all, we have a mini fridge out here. Now, it's kind of a gross mess. Yeah, I mean, it's cleaned out now, but there's like cobwebs, maybe some dead bugs in there. We haven't used this in a long time, so I need to clean it out. Everything in this place is dusty. Dusty. Obviously, we got junk just kind of laying all over the place. So that all needs to get cleaned up. Danzig can stay, though. Celebrate Danzig Awareness Month. So some more things about this. We've got this old storage thing that's holding a lot of our planter stuff for planting, gardening, etc., etc. That has also sort of escaped. We've got this old office chair. This honestly just needs to get thrown out. This is our tent we pop up when it's nice outside. So this part of the garage used to be where my husband painted Bob Ross paintings. And you can tell because he liked to beat the devil out of it and made quite a paint splatter over here. This is the head of our 9-foot skeleton, and he comes out for the holidays, but otherwise he stays put away. But anyway, yeah, so he uses all this space to paint. He puts on the Bob Ross videos over here, then gets them out and just follows along and paints. So I don't want to take up his space here. I'm going to leave this for him. So this area, we'll clean it up, but it'll stay the same. There's some more of his painting stuff. In that red bag's a bunch of Halloween decorations. Speaking of Halloween decorations, this guy's actually a Thanksgiving decoration that goes out with our 9-foot skeleton around November. We have nowhere else to put him, so he's gonna have to stay in here. I'll probably end up putting him back in that corner. We have some like old coffee tables and chairs and stuff out here because we do occasionally watch movies. We've got a projector. We've got a sound system over here. We haven't watched movies out here in a long time because this place is gross, but it's a thing we used to do. Got another old office chair because why not? Over here, we've got some old TVs. Dude, TVs are ridiculous nowadays. I bought like 3 in a row, 3 55-inch TVs. I mean, for like $250, each one of them lasted like 6 months and then they broke and I had to buy a new one. I hate TVs now. Ridiculous. They're cheap, but they do not last. Over here, we've got a couple of arcade cabinets. So Pac-Man, Mortal Kombat, we got a Ludo poster. There's our projector for the movies. Some of the initial paintings done by my husband for the Bob Ross stuff. We've got this really cool piece of artwork. That's a polar bear down there. We'd like to put this in our house, but he's too tall, so I don't know what we'll end up doing with him. This is an old cooler. Well, it's not really that old, but you lift it open. It's a cooler on the inside. We use it really only at Halloween as like a grab thing where you can grab bags of Halloween stuff out of there. And then we got some chairs over here. But basically, I don't want to like steal some of the space that we're already using in here. So I kind of want to leave this like living room area where we can still come in and watch movies if we want. I don't want to fuck around with the arcade cabinets too much. I want to leave those here. Leave a little space for gardening stuff. Leave his space for painting stuff. But this back wall, if we can remove the big piece of artwork and kind of set it up, I think we're going to turn this into like a kitchen space. So there'll be a cabinet here. I've got like a butane stove. I've got a plug-in Ninja oven thing. We can do a little sink out here. So anyway, the idea is like, I really want to make more videos. I've been really struggling to get videos recorded. And part of it is like, I'm doing them in our regular kitchen right now, and it always feels like it's such a mess to build it up, tear it down, and also doesn't really feel like it's got the right aesthetic for a cursed kitchen. Whereas out here, sky's the limit. We can hang up all kinds of weird stuff. We could definitely make it way more cursed out here. And I don't know, it kind of fits the vibe better. But I'm hoping if I've got like a purpose-built space that I'll be able to come out here and just faster, easier, make more videos. So that was the tour of the garage. Totally disgusting. We're going to work on this weekend. I will take some pictures and a video update when it's done. Let's get to work. Well, I know it doesn't look like much, but we've actually made a lot of progress here. So let me turn you around and show you what we've done so far. Like I said, I know it doesn't look like we've made a lot of progress because there's still a lot of junk sitting out, but all this stuff's like just needs to get moved. So we've got more storage in our basement. So like those speakers are going to go in the basement. These TVs that are dead are going to go to electronic disposal when we get a point to do that. That coffee table is probably going to go down in the basement. We need to find a place for our buddy here. I'm not sure where I'm going to put him yet, but we'll find a spot for him. This is our tent. We pop up in the backyard. We need to find a space for that. That's going to go in the basement. That's going to go in probably bulk trash pickup day. So that's a basement thing. But yeah, so all this kind of like junk that's still sitting in the middle here, that's going to go away soon. More importantly, we really have made a lot of progress. So cubby that was full of storage, that's all cleaned up. Everything's tucked in there nice. We got our corner over here cleaned up. Put our coolers here. Got our fridge all cleaned up. Wiped out the inside of the fridge so it's not gross anymore. We can use it for food. My husband cleaned up his painting area over here for the most part so he can get back to painting. We wiped up our little entertainment center so we can kind of, once we move all this stuff out of the middle of the room, we can put chairs up and we can watch movies again. But most importantly, I have the beginnings of a kitchen. I feel like, a little kid who is trying to make a kitchen out of some sticks and twigs. But you know what? Who cares? We're doing our best. So we got our polar bear put up. He doesn't fit in our house because he's too tall. But we let him stick up into the ceiling a little bit here and he fits. So he's just going to be a permanent backdrop to the kitchen moving forward. We're going to use this thing as like storage. I'm probably going to get, some spatulas and pots and pans and stuff to put in there. We'll use it for storage. This was an old desk that we had at our old place that didn't really fit in my office at our new place. So it was sitting in our basement. Pulled it up. We put it on some risers. So now that it's like, hip height. So more of an actual countertop, and we'll use it as a countertop. I'll show you what I'm going to do with this here in a little bit. We've got some chairs back here. We can kind of use this as like a kitchen island. Mr. Turkey is going to be here. Obviously, all that stuff's going to stay there. But so this is the beginnings of the kitchen. So the last part of this, I'm going to start bringing some stuff out to make this like a usable kitchen. I got to figure out like running some power over here. Got to figure out, heating elements and cook surfaces and sinks and I don't know. I got to figure out some more stuff, but this is the beginnings of the kitchen, and I'm going to bring you back once we have an actual kitchen. So see you in a few. Well, I'm really hot and sweaty, but I think I have this kitchen squared away to where I could potentially shoot a video in here. We'll see. I don't know. Let me show you the kitchen we came up with. Ta-da! Oh, this is a dumb endeavor, but you know what? Who gives a shit? So we moved our little skelly head over here with our chicken. But let me show you around the new kitchen. So here we've got a prep table or cutting board where we can prep our food. Here is our makeshift sink. We've got some dish soap in there, a scrubber, a little sink we can take out. But you need to be able to wash your hands. Over here, we've got our cooking elements. So we've got a butane camp stove, We've got a little Ninja oven, and then this heating pad for any hot pots or anything can go there. So, we didn't have a ton of room to work with, so hopefully this works. I don't love having all the heating stuff right in front of the polar bear, but, we'll keep a close eye on it. Hopefully it's all good. Over here, we've moved the crew out, so we've got Bearverly, we've got Mafenzi, brought out one of the neons. I was gonna try and figure out better shelving out here, but this is just, I'm using what I have basically laying around my house. That's an old easel, so we just propped it up and that's what we're using. And then in here we've started some kitchen stuff. We've got, paper towel, cleaning spray, another cutting board for like meats and stuff. We've got some pots and pans. I'm probably going to get like a just super cheap $10 kitchen utensil set just to keep out here so I don't have to run back inside to my kitchen all the time. That's not the point. So yeah, that's the new this is the new cursed kitchen. Yay! Complete with a fly already in the space. How exciting for us. My goal with this was just to make it easier to walk out and record a video right away. And I don't know, feel more like I was in a space dedicated for recording instead of trying to use like a multi-purpose space. So I'm hoping this helps get me motivated to get out and keep up with doing one video a week. That's always my goal, is to get one new video out every single week and potentially start throwing in some more shorts and stuff. But yeah, let me know what you think of the new kitchen. Like I said, this just feels silly, but I don't know. If it makes recording easier, then I think it'll be well worth it. So let me know what you think. Let me know if I'm missing anything out here. Obviously, I'm not going to keep food out here because the space doesn't stay temp controlled, unless it's like something I'm keeping in the fridge. Otherwise, I will grab food out as we're making it. But other than that, like, I'm going to try and keep this all out here so like I don't have to run back inside to my kitchen over and over again. Yeah, let me know your thoughts, and looking forward to our first video in the new kitchen. Thanks for watching.